Before we even start talking about anything, I have a few words I'd like to say. What do you guys like and don't like about my channel? I want this channel to be successful and better by having the community input, so then I can make greater content. You can do this by commenting down below on the video, and please like and subscribe before we start this. Okay, really quickly, we're gonna do an intro right now. Since I was a wee child, like 6, I used to play Marvel video games, stuff like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. These are all some of my favorite games ever. So if I was lucky enough to make my own contribution to the Marvel Universe, I'd probably make a Spider-Man game. So let's start talking about that. Quick note, after writing this script, this thing is 10 pages long of stuff, so that means this will be one heck of a ride. I will split the video into 4 parts: gameplay, story, attacks and moves, and new stuff. Let's start with the gameplay real quick. This new Spider-Man game would take around 3 to 4 hours to complete depending on your playstyle. If you are a speed demon, then you can probably beat it in like 2 hours or less. If you take your time, and then it'll may take 4 to 5 hours. It completely depends on your playstyle. The game would take place in NYC, like a Spider-Man game would, and it would be open world based. The new gimmick is the new multiplayer gimmick that takes Spider-Man and pairs him with more Spider-Man. The Spider-Man that would work with Peter are alternate universe versions of Peter from different time periods, and all of them are different ages and strengths. The 4 Spider-Man would be the Amazing Spider-Man, which is the one you play as most of the time, Miles Morales or Ultimate Spider-Man, depends on who you want. Most likely it's going to be Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, and the 29-9 Spider-Man, aka Miguel O'Hara. All these Spider-Man would have varied movesets, with Amazing Spider-Man, who we'll be calling from now on Main Spider-Man, having mid-attacks with mid-speed and a bit strength. Let's just use numbers from 1 to 5 for all of the main Spider-Man moves are all 3. 2099 blah blah. Let me try that again. 2099 has 2 attack, 5 speed, 3 strength, being faster than all of the other Spider-Man. Noir has 4 attack, 2 speed, and 2 strength, 4 strength, being the strongest Spider-Man, and probably has some type of special something to make him worth it. Ultimate has 3 attack, 4 speed, and 2 strength, making him the weakest in raw power, but has more agility and potential than all the other Spider-Man. Let's talk about the attacks before everything gets all confusing. So after writing the script, the order was going to be the story second, but I decided to switch it with attacks and the new stuff because the attack, like the whole story, was complicated. So yeah, there we go. Amazing Spider-Man has its attacks from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time. 2099 is the first character to be really innovated. Compared to the others, his attacks are momentum-based. Yes, you heard that right, Spider-Man is momentum-based. So how does this work? Well, think of 3 words for this. Speed equals damage. That's it. The faster you are, the more damage you do. This might not seem too advanced considering stuff, but when you think of it, when you are swinging around the city, Spider-Man gets momentum from going up and down. Maybe if he gets too much, so much of that momentum, it charges it in his body, and he could do a web zip that could probably take down a bigger enemy. Ultimate has the potential type play style that needs other Spider-Man to even make the character the way you want. Basically, if you play Spider-Man like the Ultimate Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man as a tech team a lot, then his skill tree changes and adapts to your playstyle. Amazing Spider-Man changes his attacks to be more focused on doing damage to more people at once. If it's 2099 that he teams with, mostly his attacks will be momentum based, like a new wall zip move, where he zips close to the closest wall and pounces on enemies close to him. Noir changes ultimate to be more based on single enemy combat, doing more damage when fighting 1 to 5 enemies, and when fighting more than 5, he switches to his normal attacks. He also learns stealth too. Noir is based on stealth better than it was on Spider-Man PS4, featuring a ton of new items to throw at people, considering that Spider-Man can just pick up a brick or bottles off the ground. He can throw them at an area, and the closest guy to it will go to the noise. And he also probably will have traps for stealth-based as well. I think that'd be kind of cool. New stuff. Let's start with the costumes. What makes the Spider-Man games a Spider-Man game? It's the costumes. Go away, Spider-Man 2. Amazing would have the default costume, the Scarlet Spider suit, the upgraded suit from Spider-Man Far From Home, the White Spider from Spider-Man PS4, the bombastic baghead, because why not, and the 1990s test outfit. If not, then the big time suit. 2099 would have the default black suit that is actually black, the white suit, the Future Foundation suit, the Spider Armor Mark 1, the Iron Spider from the comics, and the Scarlet Spider Spider 2. Ultimate would have the default from the comics, the Stark suit, the Miles Morales suit, the Anti-Electro suit, the symbiote, and the homemade suit from the new Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man. Noir would have the default suit. Let me try that out. Sorry for this interruption. Noir would have the default Noir suit, the negative suit, the stealth suit, the wrestler suit, the Spider Mark II, the Into the Spider-Verse suit, and maybe, if I will add more if I have an idea, there will be a kind of hub in the helicarrier from the new Avengers game. But it's Madam Web's Light. The multiplayer works like this. You can invite your friends to your hub, where you can change which Spider-Man you are. No person can be the same Spider-Man. There will be a multiplayer mode, which takes place in a 4v4 arena where you play as 4 Spider-Man or Deadpool's team. More on that in the plot. The skill tree is dependent on who you play as. When you level up, you get 2 points in the skill tree. You could dump your points on one Spider-Man, or on 2 Spider-Men, at the same time. When you level up, a specific Spider-Man, when tag teaming, will Both Spider-Man will have shared XP, so your teammate gets as much XP as you do when you work together. This will be excluded when online play, though. The city will change depending on how you play. Specific Spider-Man will change the entire city when you're playing as them. Parts of the city will change theme when you play, and when the game ends, it switches back to the Amazing City. But if you want, you can play in the New York 2099 and New York in the 2099 or New York Noir universes. You might ask, why not the Ultimate Universe? Well, the Ultimate Universe is basically the same thing as the Amazing Universe, so is there a point? The plot! The new Spider-Man game would take place in the Amazing Universe, as he's swinging around through the city when his spider sense activates and confuses Spider-Man, forcing the player to control. When he gets to the problem, he sees Carnage as the first person he sees, working with someone in a dark green robe. They are attacking a museum when Spider-Man hops in and tries to stop Carnage. This would be the tutorial for the players. They get used to the controls, so when you beat Carnage, he gets teleported away, and so does the green hooded figure. When they disappear, another man goes through the wall, revealing himself as Doctor Strange. He explains that in the museum, there is a mystical object that allows others to be teleported to other dimensions. That's what I said. When they finally stop talking about the area surrounding them shifts and warps into something off. When the area finally changes into a slightly changed area, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange will get teleported to another room with Madam Web. She explains that something is off with the time-space continuum or something like that, and Spider-Man needs a team to fix it. When Spider-Man and Doctor Strange gets teleported out of the room, the camera shifts to a new Spider-Man, aka the Ultimate Spider-Man, and you play as him for a bit until it goes through the 4 playable Spider-Man in the game. Skipping most of the story, as the script's getting way too long, the next boss is going to be Deadpool. When he runs away, the big twist is that Deadpool would be let me try that again. the big twist with Deadpool would be that the whole Deadpool Corp was also teleported into this game. Yep, that's the thing. When Wade saw that there was 4 Spider-Man on the TV, he thought that Spider-Man was trying to combine the universe, Spider-Verse, so he tried to stop him from becoming God. So not only is Spider-Man and friends trying to stop supervillains that are teaming up with other counterparts, but he is also trying to work with Deadpool, you know, to stop the multiverse from ending, obviously failing to do so. When Spider-Man beats Deadpool for the 4th, 5th time, the green hooded figure appears again, attacking both Spider-Man and Deadpool. When he leaves, again, Deadpool and his team realize that the green hood, I don't know why I wrote that in the script. The green hood man is the bad guy, so they team up with Spider-Man to go fight Carnage. They look for Venom, because why the hell not at this point? And Venom becomes another boss battle to fight. When he is beaten, they have another person to go to than Doctor Strange. And with Venom in tow, they go to Doctor Strange uses some type of magic to find Carnage, and they locate the base. When they go to the base, they realize the green hooded figure was in fact Mordo, and the artifact that was being stolen at the start was the device that was needed to bring Dormammu into the Amazing Universe. But since, time and space is collapsing on itself, they can't. Spider-Man and Co. with all Deadpool, I don't know why I didn't put an S, work together to beat Mordo and Carnage. Bip Bap Bop, the Spider-Verse is saved, game end. So basically that's how I would write a game, but I tried to compile it in a freaking speedy manner, so then this entire video wouldn't be over 15 minutes, and I'm glad I did that. It's kind of hard to read a script when you haven't done that for 2 years, to be honest. So if you liked, please like and subscribe. I'll try to, if this was kind of bad, then I'll try to reassess it, probably in a few weeks or months, depending on like the traction of the video. If you did like it, then please tell me that you did. I would like to make this channel better. So see you guys later, I guess. Bye.